Today we've got a fun little clash in the AFC as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the LA Chargers. Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll be out right at the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
And another fine run there. This one good for 15. He's come out on a mission here to start this drive. Another first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. No hesitations. They go right back to Kelce. And out of bounds right around the 20. So a decent gain there, but not their fourth consecutive first down like they had on the first three plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run for the first time with Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe 2. Talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, and look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way, to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now, having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
And that is caught. For the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at... And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Let's go, let's go.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. There he goes, left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Only needed 1 yard. He said, I'll get you more than that.
Yeah, a yard, piece of cake, right? And if you're a defender, seeing the back of the jersey and being able to read his name, not a good thing. That means you're in chase mode. That didn't go well for them on that snap.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Herbert off of play action. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Let's go.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak, and he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
After the run, now Herbert to throw. Out to his left. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Chargers. Trey McKinney, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And this is back to a 5-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made here at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Touchdown, LA! Austin Eckler, 34 yards, and the Chargers have taken the lead. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted, and that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 2. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To Valdez-Scantling over the middle.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Fourth down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. And now the up man has it. It's a fake, but he will not come anywhere close to the first down marker, and that gives us a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Herbert. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. Touchdown! Josh Palmer in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Out left, he's got it to Everett. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Herbert on first down now. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. On 1st and 10, Herbert working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Again, Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Go.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Mecole Hardman. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return. And the Chiefs are back within a score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets him even closer. Now a 2-point game. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Palmer going in motion right.
Crowd right.
Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ray. Go, hey, go. Go.
Now it's Herbert. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Hey, go Lion.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They snap it to Herbert. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Yellow. Hey, Rimlet. Attack.
Mahomes now on 1st down. A dump down to McKinnon. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They go play action. Now Mahomes rolling to his left. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Joe Fortson, 29 yards. And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they want it now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up 5?
Yeah, just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. They'll try to sneak.
I've been fortunate enough along the way to see two-point conversion attempts in all levels of football. That's my first quarterback sneak for a two-point conversion attempt. That's actually insulting to a defense. I'm just going to tell you straight up, and they didn't get this.
I was going to say they were insulting those guys in the middle, though. They stood tall. They won the trench battle.
Yeah, they did. I think they stared them all the way back to the bench like, are you kidding me? I cannot believe you made that call.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. Through an opening, and there he goes.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On second down, Eckler.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
That one good good for 13 and a Charger first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Eckler now between the tackles. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
A handoff, it's Eckler.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Ready.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Once more, here's Eckler. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Herbert going to throw.
He'll buy some time right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
He didn't like when he saw him downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. Wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault?
He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So a pressure kick there by the young man, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Well, he's a second-year guy now, so he says, don't call me a rookie anymore. And I tell you, he's got a bright future in this league. And kicks like that are going to make sure he sticks around for a good long while.
Ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Southern California,